Hey guys, congratulations on buying the Drifter from Senada Bikes. We're going to unbox it and put it together. All right, let's do it. It's got the normal staples in here. Obviously, you could just take a little needle nose plier to remove those carefully. All right, we got the box open. What I used is a box cutter and just cut alongside one side, and it just flipped up pretty easy. But be careful with the box cutter, obviously, so you don't cut anything inside. All right, let's empty out the contents. So it's got one box inside of there for the Drifter. And we can pull out the entire bike, it looks like. Okay, we can start removing some of the packaging here. It looks like we want to start with this wheel since there's some weight over there. So we'll see if we can unhook this wheel. Just start cutting off some of these zip ties. We got the wheel loose. I'm just going to put that aside. The kickstand is attached, so you can use that right now. Nice, so I'll just use that to keep the bike stood up. Okay, let's remove the rest of the packaging material, and then we'll get busy putting the bike together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the front wheel on. All you have to do is just hold this down, and this will come right out. No problem, super easy. On the tire, you can remove this. This is just for packaging. You'll see there's a nut on here. You can just take that off. You can take those off on both sides. Okay, these are the two nuts and the two hook washers that you remove. When installing the front tire, just two simple things to look out for when you're putting it on. So on the tire, you have a disc brake, which is right here. You can see that's nice and thin. This part right here. You just slide that right into this brake caliper, which is right here. You can see there's just a little opening between the red brake pads, just big enough to be able to slide that into. And then on the front forks, there's two openings just right here on both sides. Those go right on the bolts. Okay, so you've got these little hook washers. It's got a spot that sticks out. You want to put that towards the tire, right inside this opening right here. So you just slide this right over the top of this, and that's right in the opening. We'll make sure that's right in the center. You can see that's right in that hole right there. And then you can finger tighten it so it stays there. Perfect. You can see it's right in the center of that opening. You can use the wrench that came with, or a socket of your own, and tighten this up pretty firm. Nice and firm. There we go. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, to pop these handlebars in, one thing that you want to make sure of is that you have this wheel positioned the right way. So the way that you know that it's front is just this little white guard right here. That needs to be in the front. So in other words, if the wheel is like this and all the way turned around, just turn the wheel around and have that white guard out in the front. Then you can take the handlebars. You'll see there's a groove down one side, and there's also a groove down one side inside of here. You can see that right there. Just match those up. It'll slide right in there. You can clamp this shut. And put this up. Lock it into place. Alright, I'm just going to throw the chain on real quick. Basically, you can take this part right here, which moves, and you can push it a little slightly this way to get a little slack in the chain, and then just go ahead and put it into place, and then just gently let go of this. Okay, so something to look out for is right here on the front tire. This brake line comes up, and it's got this little guide in it right here. When I had it, it was flipped around like this. So if you look up here, you can see there's a place for the wire. You want it to be actually over here. So the way that you do that is you can put that face down, get the cable in there, and then just turn it. And now it won't move, and it won't be in the way, and it can't get out. Okay, this headlight's really easy. When you unwrap the clear packaging on this, you'll find in there a bolt and a little nut. So this is very simple. You can just put this right here, line it up, pop the bolt in. Okay, so I got the pedals out of their packaging. So right on the end of these, there's going to be an R or an L to tell you if it's left or right. So I'm going to take the one that has the R, put it on the right side, get that finger tight for now. It says left, so I'll put it on the left side. And if you've ever put pedals on before, you know that on the left side, the threads are backwards. So you actually go left to tighten. Okay, I'm just getting that finger tight. So remember, on the left side, you're going to go left to tighten, which is opposite of normal. Be careful not to cross thread them. So when you're getting them started, make sure you're not forcing it. It should go in there real nice. And this is the right side, so you can use normal right to tight. Get that nice on there, nice and firm. Okay, so I got the fender. This goes on the back of the tire, right here on the back. So it's got these two little things on both sides. I got holes for the bolts, one on both sides. Those are going to go right here. So if you can see these right here, we're going to go ahead and loosen these right off of the bike on both sides. Nice and tight. Okay, just a couple of things that I just had to do here that I wanted to tell you about is this bolt right here that goes through the headlight, through the white frame here, and then lets the fender go through it also. That one, I had to get my own tools. So I just used a little vice grip on one side to hold it into place and a socket on the other side, tighten it up really nice. You could use a socket on both sides or whatever you've got, a wrench, something to hold it from one side and tighten it on the other. Same thing right here. There's one more bolt for the headlight that's just slightly loose. It's got a Phillips head on one side, which is right there. And the other side's got a little nut. So I put a little 10mm socket on there to hold that in place. Grabbed a screwdriver and tightened that up real nice with a Phillips screwdriver. Now this is really nice. Still moves slightly, but really stays into position well. It's very tight left and right, so that headlight will do its job. Another thing to mention about the seat, very simple. It's got the quick release here. You just open that with your thumb. This, you can move the seat up and down and just tighten it back. If this doesn't have enough strength in it when you tighten the lever, just tighten the bolt right here a little bit while it's open. Hand tighten this while it's open and then use the clamp to shut it. All right, we're going to go ahead and take off the bubble wrap on the LCD screen here. There we go. Really nice looking screen. So what I'm going to do is show you how to turn this on real quick. So to turn this LCD screen on, over here on the keypad, you have an up arrow, down arrow, and an M button. Just hold the M button down for about 3 seconds. And then you'll see that the LCD screen lights up and shows you your display. So all you have to do to operate this bike, you can see it defaults to level 1. You can use the up arrow to go to level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. And then just use the down arrow to get back down. What I'd really recommend when you're first starting out on the bike is to start out on level 1 and then go from there. It's how to charge it. So right here on the bike, there's a charging port. So you can just take off this little weatherproof cap. It just pops right out. And then right inside here, you can see is where the charger goes. Okay, so to charge it up, you can just take your charger that came inside the box, plug it into the wall, and you can see it's green because it's not plugged into anything right now. Once I plug it into the bike will start charging, and you'll see that the charger turns red. Just leave it on the charger until it turns green, and then you're all set to disconnect. All right, guys, one of the cool things about your drifter is that it folds up. It folds right here on the frame, and then also the handlebars fold down, and it gets pretty compact. Okay, so to fold this bike up, all we have to do is just release this tab right here. So this thing just folds up. You can see there's a tab right here that goes right into this hole that keeps it into place. So we just undo that. Then you can grab this lever and just open it. Okay, and then at the handlebars, same thing. You just going to release this little tab right here, which is on the handlebars. You just pull that out. You can see this tab just goes right in here to lock it in place while you're riding. If you want to fold it up, you pull that out. Take this lever down, and then you can see the handlebars just fold down nicely. So yeah, this is great. You can see it folds down nice and easy. You can keep this in a small place, maybe fit it in the back of your car, whatever you're planning on doing. And then to put the bike back together, first thing you're going to want to do is put the handlebars back in place, lock this lever, take this tab, put it right into that hole like we did earlier, and pull the bike around. And over here, you can take this, lock it back into place, take this tab, lock that back into place. Okay guys, let me go and show you how to remove the battery. This is something you're going to want to do if there's really maybe cool temperatures in your garage overnight or something like that. You want to keep this battery in some decent temperatures. So let me show you how to remove this battery if you ever need to, or maybe if you want to replace it. Lift this tab just like we did before to fold the bike. Unlock this. You can see the battery is right inside here. So let's go ahead and take that battery out. Let me show you how to do it. Okay, so for removing the battery, what you do is you use the key to operate this little tab right here, the silver tab. So you can see when you push this key in and turn it, that tab will go in. Then you can just let the key come out, and it will allow the battery just to slide right out. And there you have the battery. If you would like to charge the battery while it's not in the bike, all you have to do is just use the charge port right here, just like you would if it was in the bike. To put the battery back in, we just basically do the reverse steps. We can go ahead and take the battery, slide it right into the frame. Okay, then we're going to insert the key down in the keyhole. And we're going to make so this tab sticks out, which holds the battery into place. And you actually don't need the key in the bike to operate it. So if you'd like to have the keys down there, you can. I don't really like to because I'm worried about them jiggling out when I'm riding. So you can just turn the key a little half turn, slide the key out, and then keep these in a safe spot for next time. Basic things to know. Your right lever here is your rear brake. Your left lever is your front brake. And then on this bike, you actually have a throttle option. So you can do pedal assist or throttle. So pedal assist is just when you're pedaling the bike, it will the battery will kick in and help you pedal. Or you could not pedal and just use the throttle, which is right here, right in the palm of your hand. You can see this twists. You can actually use the bike kind of like a scooter without pedaling at all. So you can see if I pull this throttle, it's just going to start going. This bike has 7 speeds on it. So you can use your thumb on this lever to make it easier to pedal, or this one will shift it back, making it harder to pedal. So again, use your thumb here to go down in numbers to make it easier to pedal, and use your thumb right here to make it harder to pedal. This is something you want to do while you're riding the bike and while you're pedaling. Okay, another cool feature about this bike, the Drifter, is it comes with a headlight and a horn. So you can see right here on the left side, you got a headlight button and a horn button. Here's the horn. Really nice and loud, really does its job well. And then to illuminate the light, just make sure that your LCD screen is turned on, and then just hit the light, and then you can see the headlight illuminates. One thing I want to tell you about this bike that I just found out, which I absolutely love, is this built-in handle. It really looks beefy. It makes it give a real nice look to the frame, but it's also really useful for carrying the bike around. Another cool feature about the Drifter is it's got the front suspension, which is really nice for doing a lot of travel. It does have the option here to actually lock the suspension, so if you want to lock it, you can just turn it to the right and it will lock it. So in other words, it gives no give, so it's real hard. That would be something you'd want to use when you're on a real flat surface. If you're on an uneven surface, you definitely want to put it in the open position. That will allow the suspension to work. All right, we did it. We got the bike put together. Enjoy your Drifter. Have fun. Be safe out there.